But though he can't run for it.
He could be an escort maybe one day.
Colleen,
Yes.
you got your camera lined up.
I've got it going.
You're all set.
We are all set to introduce.
So I want our
Yes.
Facebook viewers to meet Christine Smyth. Here she is.
Hi, Gerry. Good morning.
Good morning, Chrissy. It's so great to have you. And I got to know you last year
Yes.
when you were in the Ohio Rose of Tralee. I was delighted to see you back. There's quite a number of the girls back actually.
Yes.
And that's, I suppose that's a testament to the event itself. It's very well run, and we're going to talk to Mike Killeen in just a minute about Westlake World Partners. But listen, I recorded your excitement last night on my camera. I didn't put it out yet on Facebook because I was too tired last night when I got home. My apologies for that. Now, Connie, I got to warn you of one thing.
Yes.
I have a kind of a long nose.
Okay.
Don't be taking pictures
Oh,
of
the
me
side
from the
view.
side.
Okay. So vain. The vainness.
I don't like those profile pictures at all. Take the back of my head if you have to. But Christine, back to you. You were really, really excited last night. You didn't believe it, did you?
No, I had no idea. I never foreshadowed it coming.
Oh my God! A lot of people did though.
Oh, well, thank you
Yeah.
for that.
How about your grandpa here and your mom? They're right here.
They just were super supportive, and I think that they're just super delighted to see me go on to Tralee.
Yeah. Well, when you were preparing for this, or did you need any preparation at all? Because you were in it last year. They don't ask the same questions every year, and they're not intimidating, right? So you knew what you were getting into, didn't you?
Yeah, so everyone's very personable. It's just all about showcasing who you are, and all of the questions, it's related to what's on your application, so it's things that you're already well versed in, and I just felt very comfortable and relaxed and just happy to enjoy the experience with my fellow Rose sisters.
How about the two judges? What did you think of them? They're out of towners. You can say anything you want.
They are the most lovely people I've met.
Is that right? That Maggie Muldowney
Oh, yes.
and Tom Cranley?
Yes.
Turn the camera over on the two of them there, Connie. Tell them they're the judges.
It's an honor to have them.
What?
We got our phone call in a minute.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. We'll have to
Okay.
break away from the phone call in a minute. Is it
Yeah.
coming in, Eddie?
He's on the phone right now.
All right.
Okay, and they don't call you Pinocchio for nothing.
Christy, I knew I shouldn't have brought that up. All right, let's go over. Christine, I'm sorry about this, but I got to break away for a minute and talk to Kevin Crawford in New York because he's going to be in town here next week. Yeah, maybe you can get to the concert next Sunday.
That's what I'm hoping
Oh
for.
yeah, I'm sure they'll introduce you as the new Ohio Rose of Tralee.
I would love that.
There's going to be a lot of people there, and it's a wonderful theater. But let's say I want to go back a little into your background. When did you get interested in? I know you're a pretty famous Irish step dancer. When did you get into the Irish thing, as they say?
So when I was 6 years old, honestly, I signed up for my first Irish dance class, and I wasn't sure how everything was going to go, and actually the first time that I put a pair of hard shoes on, I cried, and I had blisters all over my feet, and I wanted to take it off and quit the whole thing, but obviously I didn't. I stuck with it all the way through up until now, and I'm very proud of my heritage and to be representing today.
Your mom must have encouraged you, though.
Oh, she definitely did.
She did?
She said just because it's hard doesn't mean you quit, and I've definitely taken that with me.
Okay. So when you won your first medal, when was that?
I probably...
That must have inspired you. That usually does get kids going when they win that first trophy.
Now, I don't remember necessarily my first trophy, but I do remember one time it was at the Akron Fest. And my aunt, she's deceased now, but when she found out that I got two second place medals when I hadn't medaled before, I don't think, she threw me up into the air and she was absolutely delighted. And I think that really sparked my enthusiasm for just how far I could go with it.
Yeah, you said, I got a lot of attention here.
Yeah, well, it's a great honor.
So then, did you go to a dancing school?
Yeah, so I danced with a school in Columbus, and now currently I'm opening my own school of Irish dance in Cleveland. It's going to be called the Smyth School.
God, you know, it's a great time to open a business. It really is.
Yeah.
Great time. People have more money than they ever had, and I think and I was watching that last night. There was so many of the girls said that they were going to start their own businesses. Did you notice that? There's
Yes.
quite a few.
Yes.
And I don't think there's a greater time. Well, since I came to America 55 years ago, I've never seen anything like it where, you know, you can open your own business, people have the money to do it, and hopefully, and that will help your school.
Yes,
Oh,
definitely.
it's wonderful. So the plan is to get the school going, and where's it going to be?
Right now we're at Broadview Heights Interpretations Dance Academy we rent from, and then hopefully I'll eventually get my own storefront, and that'll either be near you, honestly, in Independence, Broadview Heights, or Brecksville.
Mm-hmm. Is there still that interest? You know, Michael Flatley and Gene Butler, they got this thing, you know,
Yes.
brought it to stratospheric levels. Is it still the great interest there?
For Irish
Yeah.
dancing?
Yeah.
Oh yes, absolutely. The schools are exploding. Actually, we're going to be coming up on our 50th World Championships this year to be held in Dublin. So I'm really hoping to attend.
Dublin,
that.
Ohio or Dublin, Ireland?
Dublin, Ireland. Yeah, Dublin, Ireland. So I'm hoping to attend the big 50-year ball there. That'll be coming up this Easter. And everyone is just delighted. Riverdance is now on their 25th anniversary
Yeah.
tour. So that's hugely explosive all across the world. And it's just great to
And of
partake
course,
in.
Cleveland
Yes.
is kind of a hub of Irish dancing. There's a lot of schools here. We have some great dancers, incredible dancers that have
Yes.
come out of Cleveland. They've toured the world with Riverdance and
Yes.
with Lord of the Dance and all the other ones, huh?
Yes, and I think that comes back to our strong Irish roots here and the support that we had from our families and all of the dancing schools. So I'm just very blessed to be able to be a part of it.
I wonder if there'd be an opening in your school for JC and I and Eddie. Would there be any chance of being able to teach left footers how to dance?
Absolutely. I'm willing to teach anyone to dance, and especially adult Kayleys as well. They're always good fun.
You know, I started when I was in school in Ireland. I went through school in Ireland. I was born in County Mayo, but I went to school in a place called Ballyfin in County Laois. And we had to learn Irish dancing, but it was an all-boys boarding school. And I'm telling you, I did not like holding the hands of the guys, all these guys who were all boys, and they said, you got to learn this dancing, and we'd be up there in the line learning the Siege of Venice, whatever it was. It kind of, I actually liked learning the steps, but just the optics of it, you know, it just didn't appeal to me. So I still know a few of the steps. I took a few lessons from Sheila Murphy here.
Oh, that's great.
And she said I had potential.
Wow. That's coming from the best, right?
That's right. That's right. So maybe you have a tough job ahead of you. I know you're going to have a tough job with JC here. And Eddie. Of course, Eddie, no, hey, I saw Eddie do a few steps. He's not bad. He's all right. So let's talk about it for a minute. Big plans for when you go to... No, I'm going to keep that till later because I want to talk to Maggie Muldowney for a minute here because she was the international Rose of Tralee.
Good morning, Gerry. How are you?
How are you, Maggie? Great to
doing
see
well.
you again. You were here before a few years ago.
Happy to be back on the greatest radio station in the world.
Oh, Maggie, you're the best. I'm going to give you the money afterwards. Hold that microphone up close
This
to
way.
me.
Sorry about it. It's been a couple of years, Gerry. I'm a
Oh,
little
yeah,
rusty.
but Maggie, it's got to be, you got to find it very gratifying to meet all these young ladies that are kind of following in your footsteps. And when you won that, I remember it well when you won it because it's all from Chicago. Wow, Maggie Muldowney. And what a name, Maggie Muldowney.
Yeah.
How did you get that name, Maggie?
You know, the McEldowneys are from Derry, so my grandparents came over, and yeah, so it's my grandma was an O'Neill, and then my grandpa was a McEldowny. So.
You do know the story of Maggie, the song. Did you ever hear that song, Maggie?
Which one?
I wander
From the Hikings?
I wander today through the hills, Maggie. Oh, you're too young to even have heard of it. It was.
Can you sing it to me, Gerry?
A true story. No, a true story.
Maybe he can hum it.
In Canada. The song originated in Canada. For years, I was telling people, great Irish song. And then somebody called me and brought me up to date and said, no, it's not Irish at all, it's Canadian. But it's a great story, a love story.
I'll have to look it
Anyway,
up.
look it up, Maggie it's called. Anyway, you get to a few of these centers. I'm sure you have participated in the one in Chicago and this one in Cleveland. This is your second time here. How are we doing? How is Westlake World Partners doing as an organizing group? And don't mind, Mike Killeen is not here.
If he's here or not, Ashley and Mike, they reached out. I was absolutely honored to be a part of the judging panel this year. Tom Cranley came out from Limerick, so honestly, it's just been such an honor, such a pleasure. Things are run absolutely perfectly here. And to say, I mean, it was no easy feat the last few days. We've met absolutely incredible women. You know, it's just so proud to be a part of, you're a part of Beat of the Rose of Tralee when you meet these women who are coming out for it. So it is one large family, and we're very honored to be, you know, honored to be a part of it, and we're so excited for
How many
Christine.
days were they, probably should have asked Christine this, how many days were they working on it before? It's not just something that happens, starts Friday night. This starts several days before, right?
Absolutely, it's a commitment for sure. They've, leading up to the weeks, they had a tour. I know they've visited a few sponsor locations, and then we had our one-on-one interviews on Friday, and then led into the group interviews, and then we had a cocktail party, so in a gorgeous skyline, is it skyline? Skylight, excuse
yeah.
me.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh, the views up there. It's
Oh,
beautiful.
yeah. The nice picture of you and I looking out on the lights of the city of Cleveland.
We make a good pair, Gerry.
We sure do. When you were in Tralee, when you were crowned as International Rose of Tralee, I can imagine the excitement. What was it like, huh? That's a big deal, isn't it?
Well, you know, I'll be honest, I think when you're up there, you're always thinking you're the last person. You know, you're not even thinking about that. You're excited. You know, you have it in mind of you're so excited for a friend of yours who's going to represent your group. So it truly was a total shock. And, you know, you just want to make sure that you're representing your class as best you can.
In Tralee that night, how many people are there? It's about 50, 60,000, isn't there?
I would like to think so.
Oh, yeah,
No,
or
it's
maybe
a
more.
huge, it's
But the
several
television
thousand people.
audience is huge too, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think it was over 1 million people who tune in every year, you know, to watch it. So it's a huge event, and we're very lucky to have Dick and Eileen Hengler here. So they are.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to them.
And truly, they are a foundation of the festival. They're, you know, they're kind of the top of the pyramid here, and it's just such an honor to have them here. So you can tell the Ohio Center has a fantastic reputation.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're a great representative of the Rose of Tralee. By the way, did you do much traveling when you were International Rose? Where did you go?
We traveled all over. There's 14 North American centers, so I went to 11 of the 14. Made it to every county in Ireland. I was over in India with the Hope Foundation, so we were working with children on the streets of Kolkata there.
So it does a lot of charitable stuff, huh?
Absolutely, it's a huge pillar of the festival, so that's another great opportunity to get involved and to give back. It really is just kind of that circle of.
I know Dee is going. She's going to Chernobyl, is she?
She is, yeah. So we went with our group in so it would have been 2017 February. That's a very difficult trip.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, but it's obviously very meaningful and impactful. It's a life changer for sure.
Mm-hmm.
To really see what those children are going through and what life is like out there. So I was so grateful to be a part of it. And if you can make it out there, it's definitely worth your while.
So Christine has a very exciting few months ahead of her.
She certainly does. She's got the team behind her, all supporting her.
Yeah.
So we're very excited. I'll be rooting from her from Chicago, and I know Tom's very proud as well. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah. All right. Let me say hello to Tom, the other judge.
Oh,
Tom, you're all the way from Limerick.
All the way from Limerick,
Limerick,
yeah.
it's,
I'm on a bit of a flying visit.
I hear they're doing some great work in the university in Limerick.
They are, yeah.
A lot of great things going on. I was talking to the ambassador, Ed Crawford, the American ambassador. He said he was in Limerick recently and speaking with the mayor and the president of the university. He said there's great plans for the future at
There
Limerick
is.
University.
Yeah, I live just beside it, so I see it firsthand how it expands. Thankfully, it's not heading towards my direction; it's heading the other way. But
But
the
Tom,
sports facilities are
I'm glad to
fantastic.
see Limerick is recovering from Angela's ashes.
Yeah, they still have the museum for it, but
Oh my God!
um,
What a depressing story. I thought, I
A little
read the
bit.
book. I read the book and I thought it was all right. I coming from Ireland, you have a different perspective than if you're reading it. We say in this country, never been there. But I thought the movie was very dark.
yeah, certainly.
I
I didn't
watch
grow
it all
up
the way
in
through.
Limerick, thankfully.
And
I
do
didn't
they-
have that experience.
People in Limerick weren't crazy about it either.
No, the museum isn't one of our focal points, we'll say,
No.
but it's certainly part of the history and part of the heritage.
So listen, how did you get involved with the Rose of Tralee?
Through friends. So in 2012, I think it was, I was playing rugby with a guy. He's like a 6'6" giant.
No, one of those
and wasn't the
characters.
typical gentleman that you'd expect to see at the Rose of Tralee, but he ended up being the escort for the 2011 Rose of Tralee, Tara Talbot. and he gave me a flyer and said, you should apply for this. And being, a typical mid-20s Irish guy, I totally forgot about it. And it came back around a couple of years later when I moved house, and I saw the fun that the guys had there, and saw how great the festival was. Put in my application, went to boot camp, did all the interviews, and the gentleman training, I think, is the way they've been talking about it. And went from there. Was an escort with Maggie in 2016. Didn't have the pleasure of actually being on her arm, but we were in close company at least, and stuck at it since then.
That's right. So you're enjoying yourself now.
Certainly.
How about the judging, though? I mean, that is kind of a risky business.
Yeah,
Judging.
it's definitely something totally different. We weren't. It's not that we were super well prepared by the Ohio Center for this, but we hadn't experienced anything like this when we met so many amazing women here in Ohio. I think even going back to when I was at the TSA in Shannon, they asked why was I coming to America, and I had to tell them I'm going to judge a Rosa Tralee selection, so they didn't know what to make of me. But their only response was, so you think there's a strong Irish community in Ohio? And I said, well, I hope so, and I've been proved right. We've met some amazing people. We've picked what we think is a perfect representative for the state. And Christine, as Maggie said, we're super proud of her. It was a tough couple of days for us.
Well, I was going to ask you that. It has to be one of the hardest things in the world to do. I was watching those ladies last night and listening to them, and I said, oh my goodness, this is a tough job for the judges. I'm glad I'm not one.
Yeah.
Thank God Killeen never asked me to be a judge.
Is that your way of asking for it now?
No, I wouldn't take it. Oh no, I would not. In a million years.
Yeah.
No way.
No, we had a great
I think
time.
he did hint at it in the beginning about 10 years ago. I think he did. But I put that out of my mind rather quickly. I like a lot of friends in this community.
Yeah.
Like to make friends.
It's probably easier for someone like me as an outsider to come in.
Oh yeah, much easier.
But it's been a pleasure to be invited here, especially by Ashley and Mike, and welcomed by yourself.
Yeah,
met you a
I
couple
would tell
times,
you,
so.
Tom, they run this thing, I think, as good as any place, anywhere in the world.
Absolutely.
They really do. And
Yeah.
I always tell that to Mike and Ashley. They do an incredible job. You're giving me the signal. 3 minutes, Tom. All right, Tom, great having you with
pleasure.
us. I won't put Dick and Eileen on until after we cross over into the next hour, and then, of course, we're going to speak more with Christine. So, Christine, just for a second, you will be around. I want you to come back more often, though. We're just the few of us in the studio, and we can talk in more detail about your life and all the big plans you have, and the dance in school. By the way, where did you go to college?
So I'm actually still in college at Baldwin Wallace University.
Okay, good school.
Yes,
Good
thank
school.
you.
It is 10:57, bringing us up to the top of the hour. Here's a little bit of music from the Willoughby. I'm going to say hello to Diane. You're first up there at the microphone. Welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you, Gerry.
And how proud you must be of this incredible granddaughter of yours.
I am very proud of her.
Even though you made her do that dancing, didn't you?
Yes, I forced her to do it. I think she enjoys it a
Oh,
lot.
she
It's
does.
been in her blood.
Yeah. How come she has such a kind of an overwhelming personality? Did it come from you, or did it come from the granddad? Because you all seem so happy. Is it any
Thank
wonder
you.
Christine smiles so much?
Oh, thank you so much. I think she gets a lot of it from her dad, who is
Just pull it
he
up
passed
there.
away.
Yeah.
And
Her dad,
he
oh, yeah.
was very
Your
extroverted.
husband.
I'm actually more introverted, but she's brought me out of my shell a bit, so, becoming a little bit more comfortable. And my dad, he's also been more extroverted as well. So I think she gets it, more from my dad and her dad.
So John, granddad, how do you feel today? You must be awfully proud of granddaughter.
Instead of 2 thumbs up, 10 fingers up.
Very good, very good. You were both there last night, right? I think I saw you.
Yes.
I bet you were on top of the world the minute that announcement was made. John, what did you think?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Was it?
Yeah, I couldn't have waited for
Did you ever think when you were a young fellow, when Diane was a young girl, that someday either her or the grandkids would be, going to Tralee?
I never would have thought that.
Never thought about it.
Never.
But I think your granddaughter, Christine, is going to make you very proud. She's a wonderful young lady. I met her
She
last
is.
year for the first time, and I was really impressed with her then. And she was at the Mayo Ball. She helped us out at the Mayo Ball, and I got a lovely picture. I was so honored to have that picture of you and I, Christine. It's great. She helped us out last year at the ball. So Diane, she's in school still,
Yes.
so you'll be able to take off a few months at Baldwin Wallace. I forgot that. What did you say you were taking up?
Arts management, entrepreneurship, and dance.
Entrepreneurship. Oh, wonderful. I'm telling you, I know a guy that started an IT company. He's sitting 2 seats from you there. He can give you probably pretty good advice. You started a computer company, didn't you, Dick, originally?
That's right.
And then you sold the computer company. So you can get some great tips from this guy. No matter what you go into, he can advise you. But she's got a hectic year ahead of her now. I'd say 6 months ahead of her, and I know you're going to be accompanying her on the trip.
You know, we are talking about plans, and we are real excited.
Hey, are you going to go any? I wonder if you go any place else. Are you going to stay in Kerry, or is she going to make you stay in Kerry? What do you think, Christine? Jump up there, Christine. Talk to your granddad. Are you going to stay around Kerry? Of course, you're going to be pretty darn busy with the Rose thing, aren't you?
Yeah, so I'm still learning all the logistics of everything, but from what I understand, we're having an extended tour this year. So for the first week, we're going to be traveling all around Ireland, making lots of different appearances, and then of course the last week it'll be the actual festival in Tralee, where we'll be honored to stay at the Rose Hotel.
You know, I'm losing my microphone. So you won't have much time because the family, I think your family comes from Cork.
Close, Clare.
Clare, Old County Clare, huh?
Yes.
Oh God, the home of traditional music. You heard Kevin Crawford talking earlier
Yes.
about that, about coming from County Clare. Well, hopefully we'll see you at the concert Sunday. Now, 2 weeks from today, we'll make sure. I'll talk to Brian Bigley and we'll get you a guest of honor pass or something.
Oh wow, that sounds like a privilege.
So that'll be next. The next 2 weeks. So I know I can imagine the pride in the family this morning, in the Smyth family.
Absolutely.
Diane, and you're not like an introvert at all.
I've changed her.
Yes, she has.
I've corrupted her.
I have to follow in my daughter's footsteps here.
That was the one thing I noticed about her right away. She's so outgoing.
Yes.
I wonder, she's probably going to charm the living daylights out of that Dahi O'Shea. And he's seen it all before. I tell you, you're going to work on him, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
that's great. That's great. I'm going to play a song and then we'll come back. Stick around. We want to have a big picture, a photograph before you all leave, in front of the sign of the station. The station likes us to do that to promote our station. So make sure you don't leave until we have a picture taken. In the meantime, I want you to listen to this.